Hi everybody, dear students, welcome you aboard again for the second part for the chapter 1. I will try my best to just only summarize it in one video. Therefore, this chapter divided into two parts only. Previously, we reached to this slide as the final slide that we discussed very shortly about the ways that go through the practical or action plans and classified all of them. Let's move on to the next slide as related for the evolves. And it is related to the strategy. What does it mean? Why the strategy should be evolved? What is the meaning of the evolve for that one? Change, development, improvement? What do you think? Therefore, the most important thing is that strategies cannot remain forever based on the change of the situation, based on the changing of the variables, drivers, environment, needs. We have to update ourselves. If we cannot be flexible, if we do not change, there is no any destiny. Therefore, we have to modify ourselves based on the situation that we encounter with. All of them, not all of them, most of them already mentioned over here, and you're so familiar with them. And also you can add the other parameters, but it shows that how much that it should be alive. Otherwise, we cannot be survive. This is the reason. This is the story for the dinosaurs that we have it. One time the dinosaurs was the empire of the whole earth. Then what has happened to them? By changing the environment, the climate, they cannot adapt themselves. Therefore, no any other destiny. It is exactly the same for the companies. How many companies that you remember and you can find, even you can search, that one time they were and they had the crown of the market, but nowadays, in the recycle bin, nowadays, they are already omitted. The most important factor for them, not adapted, not evolved, not understand about the changing of the situations and the customer needs or anything that they are related to that one. This is the reason we have to always update ourselves. Even as the strategy considered as the long-term plan, I totally agree. But even for the long-term plan, also it is considered as the medium and the short-term, right? Combination of all of them, we reach to the whole story as the whole puzzle together. But we have to change. Just only answer me. How many situations have already changed during these 10 years only, even as the 5 years? A lot of business gone, a lot of business coming to the market, situations that we have it. Even right now that we are talking together. Of course, I started my virtual classes from 2009, but that was, we are the pioneer regarding to that one in my country, in Iran, but from 2009. But it's not so much familiar, not so much popular for all the places. But here, all of us, we are dealing right now. This is the situation that we are encountering for that. And even for the future, for the next 5 years, who knows that also we are entered to the next stage as the augmented reality, virtual reality. Also, I'm engaging with the other classes that we are dealing the classes with the virtual form, augmented form. That's the next step. Definitely, we go through the other stages for the industrial revolutions. But anyway, all of these things comes to the point that we reach to only one understanding. We have to evolve. We have to follow about the demands of the market as well. The title, the firm's strategy, partly proactive and partially as the reactive. We talked about that at the beginning for the previous one. We inherited from the past. We have done some things. We keep it as the good points. If this works, we go for the next step. And also we have the model for that one. And this is the thing that we are as the reactive for that one. And we are going for the next step as well. This is the one model, goes through the proactive and the reactive things. You can go through it and you can see that it must simplify as the written form over there, and you understand that how much that we have to modify ourselves based on the situation that we have it. The other part, we go through the ethics. Of course, is a little bit difficult, but we have to go through it as the individual part, as the company base, as the society concern, for everything. But what is the meaning of the ethics? Who can answer correctly? Who can answer completely? Ethics is not a fixed item. It depends on a lot of variables, the locations, people, cultures, everything. Therefore, some of the actions over here, very ethical, but in the other situation, in the other country, in the other market, fully unethical. I'll just give you one example. For the McDonald's that's selling the pork McDonald's in Thailand, and also can McDonald's sell the pork burgers in the Islamic countries? Fully unethical. In Thailand, they have a lot of revenue regarding to that one, and also over USA or other countries that they are not as the Islamic point. But in the Islamic countries, it's fully prohibited, illegal. And also, if they use something as the unhalal concern, become as the unethical form because the customers maybe they don't know about it. Therefore, the meaning of the ethics, it depends on the circumstances that we are dealing with that. But we should discover, we should know about that, and the things that we should do, and the things that we should not do it. More or less, for the cultural point, very, very important. We will go through it later on. And even for the business part, or as the quantitative base, everything, or as the proficiency, we should go through that one. Moral, the scrutiny, what are those? Make a pause, read all of them. The next one, what is as the legal and the ethical? This is most of the time they are combining together as the legal form, as some of the actions are legal but not ethical. Some of the actions vice versa. This is the time that we should consider what is as the right things, even that is as the legal form. For example, as some kind of the ways for the companies that they are just don't leave it for the environment. They have the right and legal permission to do that. But is it ethical for the environment? This is the point. And we have to consider both of them as the two sides of the coin or as the two wings of the flight. Sorry to tell that for the flight. I remember about my activity as I was the pilot before. Most of the time, I just only give some kind of examples from the airline or from the flight, also based on my experience that I had it. Anyway, we should consider all of those things, and these are as the basic form. This is the discussion question. Also, you can answer it in the blackboard that I provide over there, and you will go through it. What business behavior can you identify that are legal but not ethical? That's a very nice question. Okay, you can simple and easy search, but please do not copy and paste. I just only say that again. Use AI, no problem, but do not copy and paste. You can make it as the advantage for the productivity, like everybody, but you are as the last person that you should make a decision, and you should provide it in the best way that it is related or not. That's the good practice. The next part as the relation between the firm strategy and the business model. We talked it at the beginning, what should be and how could be. Therefore, the combination of these two parts as the firm strategy, as what it is, what they are doing, what we have done, and then about the business model. Business model is as a tool, is as the action plan, is the way that we can implement. The thing that we have it, we make it, and of course, we will modify later on. But these are the main concept and the main frame of the business model. We cannot do any kind of the strategies without the business models, definitely. Business models answer the question, how we can go through it and what are the ways that we should implement. Definitely, we should go through the way that provide value for the customers and also value for the stockholders. Otherwise, they will not support you. You should show the profit. You should show the increasing, not only as the money side, even the other type of the activities, each company that they have it, but it should be taken into consideration. This is a very nice slide. Also, I will provide for you the supplementary slides and the models regarding to the elements for the business model as the value proposition and also for the profit proposition. It can be considered as the two sides for the customer base and for the company base. And you can see that all the three. You can pause, read, and come back again. Anyway, the whole story is that for each of those business models should be taken into consideration. Two sides, customer based of point and also the company, how we can deal with that. The highlighted point that I mentioned, attractive profit and the return on investment, definitely we go through it. And the profit proposition as the profit formula, definitely, as the control the costs. Whenever we talk about the profit, it should be considered that two ways that we can increase the profit. What are those? I do short, all of you know that. One part could be as the cost, the other in reducing the cost, increasing the price. That's the general form. I prefer I prefer increasing the price, not reducing the cost. Of course, always we cannot do like that. But why I say that increasing the price? How can I increase? I was the managing director for more than 15 years, and I produced very unique products in the market. And from the beginning, when I was the pioneer, I added 300% profit for the product that we are introduced to the market. Blue ocean, something new. And then when they start to copy me, I go to the other parts, I provide the other things. And I just only reduce the price suddenly as the almost about 70%. And when they are entered to the market, they cannot compete with me because I gain the profit before. I just only do, and when they are coming, I just only cut them, and then again and again. If they are good, I invite them, I bring it under my umbrella, then I provide the contracts and anything as a subcontractor to them, or if they are rude, no way, go out of the market. But I could do that because I can provide the value added for the customers. I can provide the new things for the customers. I can provide the new products for them. Therefore, I have this authority to play with the market. In this case, always I try to give the good chance, not decreasing the cost, but of course we should consider about these points. Just only keep in your mind. And also we have the other terminology at the down, as you can see that as the shareholders. Shareholders, the stakeholders, the stockholders, what are those? Please write it down, search it. Shareholder or as the stockholder and then as the stakeholders. What are those? What's the difference between that? The stockholder and the stakeholder. Which one is much more wider? Simple and easy, you can find the answer. But in this chapter, in this textbook, they mentioned as the shareholders as the stockholders. But the broad perspective is the stakeholders. We will go through the detail, but just only keep in your mind which one is better. Okay, let's move on. The testing, all right, for the profit proposition, value in cost-efficient manner, definitely, and also the profitable prices, of course, and then the other keywords as the customer attract, definitely, even a lot of good products in the market, but the price is not attractive. What is the meaning of attractive? If you can answer properly, definitely I will add a mark for you. But this is the first time. I just only play, then you know what I am looking for it. When I said that What is the meaning, for example, as the attractive? And I'm looking for only one word. What is that? Can you answer? Anybody? We're here. My friend there. What is that? Attractive. We can say that as the affordable. Is one of the marketing mix that we have it. Change it from 4P to 4A. That's the other story. But when we say that it's attractive, it means that affordable. Customer can pay that. Therefore, oh, so good. It looks everything in good conditions, and the price is attractive or affordable. Then we go through it. Always the company should consider about the affordability, not the only thing that the customer can pay or not. It should be affordable. Price is different. Affordability is different. Cost efficiency, definitely, as much as possible that we are reducing about the waste, reducing about the things that will affect our product or services that we have it. And then, as I see that over here, I added already for you as the shareholders, and I mentioned as the direct beneficiaries. I give the answer for you over here. And definitely, if we have the direct beneficiaries, who are the indirect beneficiaries? Okay. The next one, as the proven versus as the unproven business model. What does it mean? As the short glance, when we say that as the proven, it means that it's already tested, it already checked, it already applied, implemented. Takes time. But for the unproven, it means that the new one, as the startup, they are as the beginning of the runway. Oh, sorry. Again, I say that. No problem. Runway is runway. We have all of those things. Therefore, at the beginning of the runway, that we have a lot of trust, a lot of power to get the good speed, acceleration, and we can fly. For the startup, also like that. But if you have the failure, as to abort, and then go back again, changing, modifying, and this is the thing that is not proved. We didn't get the actual feedback. Of course, we have the pilot test. Of course, that we have it in the some kind of the models first to save the time, to save the cost. But after that, even as the whole market, maybe as the different aspect. Anyway, these two terminologies shows that it has the proven before due to the activities and modifications or not. The next one, as the business model of the example or as a case study, I told you, you will see a lot of cases, and my cases may be a little bit different from the others, but it depends on the conditions. But all of them comes to only one point. We have the different examples. This is the first one as the network TV and the radio. For the customer point of view, for the customer size, that we are providing attendance as the free one, but for the profit proposition and the model for that, the company have to charge the sponsors and also those of them that they have the advertisement or something. Also, we have the other example, and it's very nice indeed, and I highlighted in the different colors, as you can see that. This goes through the, for example, as a razor blades, and we can call it as for the Gillette, as a good example, one Gillette, one universe. That's all. This is the slogan. And they have the very good plan for that one as the master product, as the razor one with the low price. But after that, it will be repeated, and also with the other things that they are provided as a repeated. It is exactly happened through the airline business and airline industry. When you go through the Boeing or Airbus, the first price for the whole aircraft is so much high, but the maintenance is very cheap and repeated for that one. On the other hand, we have the Topolov for the Soviet Union before. For the first price for the Topolov, that's very cheap. But when they bought and they just only the company bought those aircrafts, the maintenance becomes 5 times more expensive than compared with the other aircrafts. See? This is the very good point that, of course, as the ethical or unethical form as well, but for the Gillette, they didn't do like that. It's very, very ethical. They bring it as the price for the master product and also for the repeated products for the razors that they have it and the blades is very, very much reasonable and acceptable for the market. This is the reason I remember as the example as the Gillette. The other one as the newspaper, as the magazine, exactly as the same, 2 parts. You can go through it, very simple and easy, and it's very, very popular. And the other form as the direct sales for the firms like Amazon, what they have done for the part of the customer part, what are the costs for them? Almost nothing. And then for the other side, for the vendors, for the companies that they are providing to the Amazon, they should have paid their portion as the third party as well, and they receive a lot of profit due to that model. Just only stop the video, pause, and read everything over there. The next part, what makes the strategy winner? Very simple question. You have the answer over here. Fit the firm's situation, sustainable competitive advantage, good financial performance. Is it all? Definitely not. What is your answer? Think about it and add it. It's very quite obvious. Different industries, different approaches, different answers, even as a production side or as the providing the service or providing the advisory part. Therefore, all of them has its own components. Again, the 3 tests for the winning of the strategy at the goodness of fit. The first one, just only as I mentioned, an internal external situations. The second one as the competitive advantage tests, and also the last one as the performance test that they have it. All of them go through together. That shows about the reliability of the strategy and the company. Quality as a winning strategy, definitely is quite obvious. No need to explain about that. And the next slide, as the crafting and the executing strategy, or as the important tasks. For sure, what are those? I highlighted some of the points. As the pleasing customers, yes, perfect. And the improving financial performance, definitely. Do you see that? 2 sides. One for the customer side. You should have the internal and external customers happy. Internal customers, who are that? Staff, managers, supervisors, shareholders, they should be happy. And for the outside, as the customers, they should be happy by the value for the money that they pay, and also not only as the customers, society, region, government, global side. Therefore, both sides should be happy and beneficiary of our activity. What are the next key points as I highlighted? Product of the creative, productive, yes, quite normal and repeated points, and it is very familiar for you. The next one, result in performance shortfalls. Of course, we cannot reach to the long term, even that we do not pass the short term stages. And the next one is the nice one, and I added as the Toyota Kaizen as the example, as the day in, day out strategy. What is that? Day in, day out. As the improvement continuously. And one of the hero and the champion for that one, that was, and it is, as the Toyota, and we call it as the continuous improvement, as the Kaizen form. Please take time, go through the detail for the Kaizen, and also not only for the Kaizen, we have the different types of the quality improvements, quality assurance, and everything go through it, and this is one of the main points that we should consider. And of course, as the negative point, as the flooded and or as the impaired implementations, if you are not good, no way. You do not open your radars. If you could not see, you cannot hear, you cannot feel, you close the doors. I'm the best. I'm the empire, and you are as the ivory castle, and you're starting for throwing the stones. What has happened? You are the first person to be injured. Companies should become out of the ivory castles. All right. What is the next one? Good strategy, good execution, and then we have as the good management. Of course, from the beginning, we should have the good thinking, good making, and of course, as the improving later on, but not only as the thinking good will be sufficient. Creativity, perfect, but if you have a lot of creative thoughts, a lot of creative plans, but not in action, what does it mean? Nothing. Therefore, creativity, and after that we have the innovation. Innovation is as the practical form of the creativity. This is the reason always that we have like that. After the innovation, we have the pilot test. We have go through some kind of the samples, and after that we reach to the point, and we get the positive feedback from the market due to the strategy or the plan that we have it, the business model that we implemented, then we can proceed. But all of them could be applicable, practical, executed. The next one, as the whole concept, as the caliber of the strategy and the proficiency, definitely. And okay, this is the point always that I just only highlighted. It comes to my mind as well. Thinking, making, and executing. Definitely after that, we should go through the improvements and modifications as well and be aware about the changing. All right, I think already done. And for all of these practices, we have the simulation exercises each week. I will be available. Don't worry at all. We will go through each of the actions because you should have the practical activities. And this is one of the very good platform that honestly I've ever seen, and it's very helpful for your side. Everything in action, what does it mean? We have from the beginning in the introductory, as I told you, I try my best to join and merge the theoretical part with the real actions, the real stories. Therefore, combining these comes together, and simulation exercise is one of the best platforms for that one. Don't worry, go through it. These are as the lessons that you will learn about the basic skills and the performance, financial, industry standing, everything. No problem. And these are as the motto at the end. You can add it for yourself. Please feel free to add anything, any comments, any suggestions. I will be open for all of them. Don't worry. Do not think that if you give this something maybe opposite about my thinking, I will take the action. Never, forever. I will be pleased because this is the way that I can improve. This is the way you can improve. We should just only have the brainstorming together. We should see one object from the different aspect. It is something as the 69, 6 and 9. In which way that we are looking through it, right? Both of us are correct. I look at the way as the 6, you're at the way at the 9. Both of them are correct. That's the one thing, but different glance. Therefore, think about that, in which way, as far as we are reaching to the same point, both of us, we can see the 6, or both of us, we can see to be as a 9. No any problem. It's a very simple example that I can say that. Feel free, put your comments, feedbacks, everything. We will go through it. I try my best to answer as soon as possible, definitely. And that's all. All the best for the first chapter and first exercise. Next week we will have for the chapter 2 as well. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for your patience, and see you soon again. Thank you.